First Unity Spiritual Campus. So glad you're here. You know, you kind of feel for some of those other New Thought centers across the country because they have to wait to the peace song before they do their swaying. No, we're doing our moving and our swaying right from the very beginning, yes? Are you here to be alive today? To be fully alive and present in your energetic body?
Something got a hold of me. Oh, yes, it did one day. Something got a hold of me.
So now let's gather up all that energy. Because it's a new day. Yeah.
Whew. I have to say, I am actually honored that I have had the opportunity to rub elbows with some great leaders. One of them being our very own Dr. Reverend Temple Hayes.
Hi, this is Jamie De La Luz, Youth and Family Minister of First Unity Spiritual Campus, and we are so excited about the Youth Expressing Spirit. Yes, our Youth and Family Ministry.
Everybody, put your hands together. We're going to talk about God. The greatness.
The greatness of the Lord is inconceivable.
The love that God shows.
That He shows is unconditional.
Power of God.
The power of the Lord
unbeatable.
Is unbeatable.
Great
is the God we serve.
Let's sing it again. The greatness of God.
The greatness of the Lord is inconceivable.
The love that it shows.
The love that He shows is unconditional.
Power of the Lord. Is unbeatable.
Great is the God we serve. God is great
and greatly to be praised. Come on.
And greatly to be praised.
Oh, come on. You can sing it at home. God
is great
and greatly to be praised.
And greatly to be praised.
Let's take it again from the top. The greatness of the Lord. Sing.
The greatness of the Lord is inconceivable.
The love that He shows.
The love that He shows is unconditional.
Power of the Lord.
Power of the Lord
is unbeatable.
Great is the God we serve.
Come on, God be praised. Sing.
and greatly to be praised.
Oh, everybody can join in.
God is great
And greatly to be praised.
and greatly to be praised.
Take it up, God.
God is great
Oh, yes, God is, and greatly.
and greatly to be praised.
Sing along, y'all. Come on, God.
God is great
Yeah, greatly.
and greatly to be praised. God is great
Don't you know,
and greatly to be praised.
I'm so grateful.
God is great
Yeah, greatly.
and greatly to be praised.
Come on, y'all. We're going to take it up again.
God is great
Oh,
and greatly to be praised.
one more time.
God is great
Oh, and greatly.
and greatly to be praised.
Take it up, take it up, take it up.
God is great
In my home, God is great.
and greatly to be praised.
God is. On my job, yes, God is, and greatly.
And greatly to be praised.
Come on, y'all.
God is great
Oh, and greatly.
to be praised.
Yes,
God is great
Oh, and greatly.
to be praised. God is great and greatly to be praised. God is great
Greater than great, greater than great, yeah.
and greatly to be praised. God is great
Oh, and greatly.
to be praised.
Don't you wanna give God glory, give God praise? Oh, turn it around, yeah.
God is great.
God is great, yeah.
God is great
And greatly.
and greatly to be praised.
Oh my gosh, wow. Welcome to First Unity Spiritual Campus, the most electrifying, energetic, dynamic spiritual community in the world. Yes? There we go. We continue to breathe and invoke that concept in each and every time we gather. Welcome in the name of connection and in the name of unity. And if there has been a space within you this week that's felt disconnected, remember that the source is in you. So whatever correction needs to be made that you are filtering in, guess where you want to start? Right here, right within you. Yes? We are the place that has no shame and no guilt. We believe in a loving universe that works according to natural laws, not human laws, okay? And we are delighted that your presence is invoked and with us. We love that you share with us and that you connect. Let us say our great invocation by our founder, Charles Fillmore. Wherever you are, please stand and breathe in those words, because it says right now is where we begin. We are now in the presence of pure being and immersed in the Holy Spirit of life, love, and wisdom. We acknowledge thy presence and thy power, O blessed Spirit. In thy divine wisdom, now erase our mortal limitations, and from thy pure substance of love, bring into manifestation our world according to thy perfect law. We're not here to change the world. We're here to align with the heart of the world. Yes? And so it's Friendship Sunday, by the way. Happy Friendship Sunday, everyone. And we are going to state our mission statement. We inspire, ignite, and invigorate ourselves to pave our spiritual path. And our vision is we envision a world that gives, embraces, embodies, and expresses unity. Wow. So thank you for being with us. Please check in on Facebook. Please like us on Facebook if you haven't already. And please put comments in the section. But here's the thing I'm going to tell you. If you write comments about your own religiosity and aren't kind to us, you're going in the closet, okay? We're not focusing on that. And the more that you say not so nice things about our movement, guess what? We're going to move even more. So you just inspired me, all of you that wrote your little unnecessary, unkind comments last week. I decided that I'm more determined than ever I have been, okay? So you showed us that there is a need in this world for changing and opening hearts, okay? And if that's how you represent your religion, you're not doing a great job. I'm just saying. All right. Now that I've cleared that, I feel better. And I cannot stumble on my words. Here we go. We have people from all over, Tennessee, Kentucky, India, South Africa, Ireland. We love having you. We love your presence and your energy. And in order to reach more people and to have our message be repeated throughout the world, we created ILLY. ILLY has two purposes: for lifelong learners, because we always want to learn, and to really show how to be a spiritual leader and not tone down your message in a world that's waiting for your voice, okay? First Unity, we have 3 different ways of connecting with you. We connect with you through you contacting us through prayer at firstunity.org. We have ongoing programs during the week. We constantly have those. We have a conference call with our reverends and our Science of Mind practitioners, and you can access that information. You can watch us as you're doing now on Facebook, or later you can watch us on YouTube or Vimeo. And you can practice the law of giving. For life is not about taking, it's about giving. And for us, collecting money is a teaching. It's about that you learn that as you give, where you receive your spiritual food, you have unexpected blessings coming to you from all different types of directions. So, God bless. Speaking of that, we also honor all of our artists and our healers and our seekers and our activists. And a person that really lives that and has been such an immense blessing in my life and offered so much love, I bring to you the one and only Reverend Wanda Nero Butler.
I am reminded of a passage that my dad preached once, and it was called No Cut, No Cure. And in today's society, sometimes we have to take a cut in order to get the cure. Putting a Band-Aid on cancer will never cure it. Taking a couple of aspirin, trying to cure organ failure, won't work. You have to go under the knife. You have to cut the cancer out. You have to cut the infection out. You have to cut through the flesh in order to get the organ out, to put a new one in, or to fix that one. No cut, no cure. It is also said that if you don't remember your past, you're doomed to repeat it. No cut, no cure. We don't like to look back and see what started a bad situation. It's too harsh. It's too bloody. It's too heartfelt. No cut, no cure. We can't put a Band-Aid on our social ills. We have to look back and get cut and cut it out from the root. You can't stop racism with a Band-Aid. You have to go back and cut it out from the root. And in order to see that, you have to look at it. You have to feel the pain of it. No cut, no cure. Let's stop putting a Band-Aid on our social problems. Let's stop putting the Band-Aid or taking aspirin and saying, we're going to start from here. We're not going to go back. We're not going to look back. That's too harsh. It's not as harsh to you as it is to the people who endured it. No cut, no cure.
Let God's glory rise among us. Oh, yeah. Let the glory of the Lord rise among us. Let the glory of the Lord rise among us. Let the praises of our King rise among us. Oh, let it rise. Let the songs of the Lord rise among us. Let the songs of the Lord rise among us. Let the joy of our King rise among us. Oh, let it rise. Oh, let it rise. Woo, hallelujah. Oh, come on, help me sing. Let it rise. Come on, put your hands together out there. Woo! Let the glory of the Lord rise among us. Let the glory of the Lord rise among us. Rise among us. Let the glory of the Lord rise among us. Rise among us. Let the praises of our King rise among us. Rise among us. Oh, let it rise. Let it rise. Let it rise. Hallelujah. Let the glory of the Lord rise among us. Rise among us. Let the glory of the Lord rise among us. Rise among us. Let the praises of our King rise among us. Rise among us. Oh, let it rise. Let's say nation. Hallelujah. America. 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 God shed his grace on thee and crowned his good with brotherhood. Woo! That's what the song says. That's what the song says. Crown. God crowned his good because God created everything, and when he created it, God said it is good. In the past 3 months, I've learned more about American history, specifically as it pertains to, am I out of breath? Hold on. Hallelujah. Specifically as it pertains to the black race. I'm a black woman. I am a black woman. Just in case you hadn't noticed. I am a black woman. Whew. All the years that I was in school, I never learned so much about Black American history as I have in the past 3-4 months that we've been on quarantine, locked down in the house, going through video after video, reading, researching. Whew. Lord of mercy. There have been so many injustices towards people of color, indigenous people, Asian, Latino, and even whites. Watching those videos made me cry. Tears to my eyes, sobbing the pain of my ancestors. So, all lives matter. However, for the longest period of time, Black lives have not mattered. Acknowledging this truth in history awakens those who are asleep with masks over their eyes. We're aware now, once you know better, you're supposed to do better, right? Ain't that how the saying goes? Once you know better, you do better. But if you choose not to do better, personally, I think you just make a choice to either be selfish or just not care. The songwriter wrote, God crown thy good with brotherhood. The question is, when will all Black lives be included as equal brothers and sisters? Well, I brought some friends along to share their perspective on this topic. This video was produced by my friend, Sandy Hulon. Black lives matter.
What if sharing Black Lives Matter was a way to say I love you to the slaves that built this country but would never think Black Lives Matter?
What if it were a way to say thank you to those that gave their lives?
To bring equality in human relationships, in civil rights, in education, and economic opportunity. Black lives matter. Black lives matter.
What if simply acknowledging that Black lives matter
was one way to show love.
To the Black ancestors and their descendants, the current generation,
and their descendants, the current generation. Black Lives Matter.
A way to say thank you.
A way to say thank you for being the glorious children of God that you are and have always been. Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
What if there were a simple way to support and encourage the descendants of those who were dehumanized, oppressed, demonized, lynched, and murdered just for being black?
And murdered.
Just for being
Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
What if it were a way to show unity?
Acknowledging that Black lives deserve the same care and respect as all lives.
Respect as all lives?
Black lives matter.
What if it were a simple way to shift the collective consciousness
of the world by shining a light of love?
And value in something that has been systematically devalued, both consciously and unconsciously. Intentionally and unintentionally. Black Lives Matter.
What if it were a way to put ointment on a wound
that takes the collective love of humanity to heal? Black Lives Matter.
What if it was all of this and more, just by you choosing it to be?
In this moment, that's exactly what it means to me. Black lives matter.
Black Lives Matter.
Must have been cold there in my shadow to ever have sunlight on your face. You were content to let me shine, that's your way. You always walked a step behind. So I was the one with all the glory, while you were the one with all the strength. A beautiful face without a name for so long. A beautiful smile that hides the pain. Did you ever know that you're my hero? And everything I would like to be. I could fly higher than an eagle, for you are the wind beneath my wings. It might have appeared to go unnoticed, but I've got it all here in my heart. I want you to know I know the truth. Of course I know it. I would be nothing without you. Did you ever know that you're my hero? Thank you.
The wind beneath my wings. If you'll place both feet on the ground and open up all your chakras. And I ask you to do that to allow the Spirit of God to fulfill your soul from top to bottom. Visualize you spreading your wings and flying. Spreading your wings, knowing that the sky is limitless. The you within you, the God within you is limitless. Spread your wings. Visualize you spreading your wings and flying, soaring high among the mountaintops, high among the valleys, high among the sea. You feel that you can't fly, but the Spirit of God says, I have you, I hold you. But you feel that you can't fly. Spread your wings, knowing that the Spirit of God lifts you among all trials and tribulations. Spread your wings, soar like the eagles. Spread your wings because they're limitless. Know that the Spirit of God is within you, lifting you high. Knowing that the Spirit of God comes in all forms and shapes and sizes. But you say, I can't fly. I can't leave the security of this tree. But you can fly. God gives you friends to lift you up. God gives you friends to lift you up. God gives you family to lift you up. Soar high into the sky. Visualize yourself leaving the security of a tree branch. Fly high. Fly high. Feel the mist of the clouds as you pass them. Fly high. Because the Spirit of God is within you. The sky is limitless. Your life is limitless. Fly high. Knowing God is the wind beneath your wings. Soar. Look back and know that you have passed all things, the people said you couldn't. Soar high. Soar high. Knowing, feel the kiss of God. Kiss the breast as you fly and the wind blows against you. Fly high. Knowing God is within you. Knowing God will never forsake you. Fly high, soar like the eagles. Know that God is always with you, in you, as you. Fly high. Fly high. Look down and see the river flowing below you. Look down and see the ocean flowing below you. Knowing that God has given you all of this to nourish you and to give you a place of rest. Fly high. Fly high and reach for all your dreams and aspirations. Reach for anything. Fly high and know that the presence of God is within you. Know sometimes when you think that you can't make it through, God will always put a dove to remind you that he is always with you and always beside you. Fly high.
Those of you feeling a little weak right now during this
What's wrong? Okay.
COVID situation, we want you to know that you are our strength. And we want you to know that we are your strength. So as the music comes in, we just want you to marinate in that assurity that you are not alone. We strengthen each other. You are my strength. And as we speak to spirit, we acknowledge spirit. And we also say to spirit, you are my strength. Because when I can't talk to anyone else, I can speak to spirit. And the good thing about it is I can do it aloud or I can do it very quiet on the inside. And just let that strength do a figure 8 and continue and loop and loop. You are my strength like no other. I may reach for a bottle to get some strength. Some do. Some reach for a little herbal assistance. And they glean strength from that. But the purest strength is love. Love is strength. You are my strength. Say that to yourself. You are my strength. Come on and go to the higher atmosphere, higher consciousness. Tap into spirit as we sing this song. You are my strength, strength like no other, strength like no other, reaches to me. Sing. You are my strength, strength like no other, strength like no other, reaches to me. And you know what else? You are my peace, peace like no other, peace like no other, reaches to me. Sing with me. You are my peace, peace that surpasses all understanding, peace like no other. When I tap into spirit, peace like no other. I get peace like no other. It reaches to me. In the fullness of your grace, by the power in this space, you lift me up. We flying today, y'all. You lift me up. Help me, voices.
in the fullness of your grace. By the power in which you lift me up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You lift me up. Whoa, unfailing love, unfailing love, stronger than mountains, deeper than oceans, and it reaches to me. Say, unfailing love, your love never fails, and I know it's stronger than mountains, deeper than any ocean. Yeah, in the fullness of your grace. By the power generated right here in this space, your love lifts me up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In the fullness of your by the power generated in this space, your by the power generated in this space, yeah. You lift me up. Your love lifted me. Sing. Your love lifted me. Yeah. Your love lifted me. Yeah, oh God. Your love, your love, your love. Your love lifted me. Your love lifted me. So glad for your love. Yeah, yeah. You are my strength, strength like no other, strength like no other. It's the best I can get, strength like no other, and it reaches to me, yeah, reaches to me. Ooh, yeah, reaches to me. Take it up, take it up, take it up. Reaches to me.
Wow. Well, that's for sure, huh? I mean, God is our strength. I tell you, though, to stand in front of all these amazing people, whether you see them out loud singing and performing or the band, it's all the people behind the scenes. That's what gives me strength. As I often say, if I can't look good in front of all these people, I need to go get another career. I just want to humbly say that you are as good as the people that you are surrounded by. And I feel tremendously honored with a board of trustees and all the people here that give every Sunday to be online with all of you. So, blessings. So, a 15-year-old in downtown New York is telling his mom the following late morning how he had an encounter the night before that two men came up to him and said, "Give us your wallet." He said, "Oh, no. Give us your wallet now." "No, I will not. I want your wallet. We're going to get your wallet. We have a gun. No, I am not giving you my wallet. Well, we could attack you. We're robbers. No, you're not giving me. I'm not giving you my wallet. Mom says, son, I can't believe, why wouldn't you just, you don't understand, why wouldn't you just give them your wallet? And he said, Mom, my learner's permit is in there. That's something that's very crucial when we talk about freedom. It's something that's very necessary when we talk about inclusion and diversity. We talk about the need and the value for common sense. For common sense, as Rebecca Mooney said before, of learning really the truths that are real other than the truths that convenient people made up. Or a truth because they wanted to sell you something, or a truth because they wanted to keep you enslaved in your mind, you see. And so when you look at one of the most important things as a spiritual person that you will ever have in your life is your learner's permit. And under no circumstances outside of yourself do you ever want to give that up. I have said many times over 30 years, when you hear me say, oh, I know that, and I know that, and I know that, and I know all of that, somebody, I pray, will be brave and bold enough to say, go sit down. Because it is a learning, and when you are investing in all these conversations about everybody else and what they ought to be doing, put on your learner's permit and ask yourself, what are you doing? Turn to the person beside you and go, what are you doing? What are you doing for the change? I meant that literally. What are you doing? Because we are calling for something mighty and something bold. I'm talking today from Scripture, Jeremiah 33:3. You can look it up. Call to me and I will answer you and tell you great things and unsearchable things that you do not know. Call to me and I will answer you and I will give you answers. It doesn't say go to the media and everything you know will be there. Tune in to 24/7 and all your answers will be revealed to you. It's like Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith says, the news is already an older paradigm by the time it gets to you. We're working with unsearchable things about a world that we're holding right here and right now. I'm affirming in freedom. To me, freedom is being empowered. Freedom is knowing there's only one source in the universe that created you and you are in perfect alignment. And the only thing you're asked to do is be yourself. And why do we feel a need that be so hard? The reason it's hard is the majority of you aren't being yourself. You're people-pleasing somebody else. Or you've been sold a set of goods, or you're buying a product that's telling you if you don't do that, you're not okay. You are immense and made of the creative spirit in which you live and move and have your being. So today is about empowerment. It's about self-empowerment. It's about you holding the awareness that you carry the vibration for everybody that you are in contact with. And if you feel that they are not in alignment, it's because you're not in alignment. If you feel they don't have enough energy as change agents, it's because you don't have enough energy as change agents. If you feel that they are not connected and that they're divided, and you talk about your daughter and your cousin and your aunt and your uncle and your mama and your papa people, it's calling you to lift the vibration so the domino effect will affect everyone. That's the way it works. And that's the way it happens in empowerment. It reminds me of this story of the construction workers that every day they meet at the table to have lunch. And every day, without fail, the guy opens his lunchbox and he says, peanut butter and jelly again? You know, and his co-workers kind of look at him like, And it's like he says it every time. And finally one of them says, oh, why don't you ask your wife to make you something different? He said, oh, I'm not married. I make my own lunch. It's that you. It's the you. It's the every word of complaint and criticizing and condemning and being righteous about anything that you see. How is it integrated within you? Because until it is integrated in you, you will create consistently with cause and effect, dividing and separation. Dividing and separation. Can you get that? Can you hold that? Turn to somebody and kind of elbow them a little bit. Give them a little truth slap. And I'm gonna do it for myself. Oh yeah. It's that awareness. There was a young couple and they had booked a honeymoon suite. And so it was in the wee hours of the night that they arrived, and they were so disappointed when they opened the door and it's just a couch and a chair, and then they discover it's a let-out bed on the couch. And they're like, oh my gosh, what a disappointment. And you know what those let-out, those sofa sleepers are. They are not easy on your being. So the next day, the new husband goes down to the hotel manager and says, I can't believe this. This is so awful. I can't believe that this is what you considered the honeymoon suite. And the guy said, well, describe it to me. And he said, just what I just did. And he said, well, you didn't open the door? He said, well, there was a door there, but we thought it was a closet. He said, no, go back and open the door. He opened the door, and there was the honeymoon suite with the chocolate and the flowers and everything they could possibly dream of. That's what I'm inviting you to do today. I'm inviting you to open the door. I'm inviting you to take full ownership of your life. I'm inviting you to really look at everything that you were chattering about and ask yourself, what does it have to do with me? Because you're going to find your answer is it has everything to do with you, because it's the space. If you feel like people don't get you, you don't get yourself. If you feel like you're not valued, you're not valuing yourself. If you feel like, well, people don't want to come and be in your community, it's because you don't want to go and be in your community. It all goes back to that expression, you see? It's all about that energy. If it's not working for you, it's working for you to get a new awareness. Does this work? Is this connecting with any of you? $5 here, 20 over there. Okay, good. I'm very glad. It's just a space because it just touches my soul when I talk about freedom, because I still see with discernment so few people that know that they are free. Right? Knowing that you are free. There's nothing to prove. There's nothing to convince. It's about the excitement and enjoy. It's like Norman Vincent Peale said, self-discovery, true self-discovery isn't about rearranging, it's about changing. It's about changing. So stand in the space of clarifying and knowing with all your heart that your life begins today. Say it with me. Your life begins today. This is the day you claim your life. This is the day you step into your power. This is the day you are energized by spirit. This is the day that you are connected. This is the day you let go of blame, of shame, of guilt, of somebody else's story. This is the day that you create your life starting now with freedom. That's it. That's what it's all about. It's like Einstein was on a train and he was going to Princeton and he lost his ticket. And the guy working the train said, oh, don't be concerned, Dr. Einstein. I know who you are. Don't be concerned. It's okay. And so in a little while he comes back by, the cabin guy, and he goes, Dr. Einstein, I've already told you it doesn't matter. We know who you are. It's okay. You don't need your ticket. He said, son, I know who I am. I just don't remember where I'm going. And to me, that is what it's like to carry a learner's permit. That's what it's like to own that you really believe, that you really believe, that you really believe, that you really believe what you say you are. Is that the key is to know who you are. I am that which I am. I am that which has created all that has ever been. I am that energetic field. I don't know where I'm going. And that is your best day. Is to not know where you're going, to not know where the relationship's going, to not know where your friendship's going, to not know where your lunch is going, to not know where your love life is going, to not know where your career is going, to not know where your celebrity-itis is going. To not know is the best gift you could ever give yourself, because what it means is you won't keep creating with human realities. You will open a vessel for the Spirit of God to create something that you've never thought of. You'll open the door to that honeymoon suite and you'll go, oh my gosh, this is so much more than what I ever dreamed of, so much more than what I ever realized. Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh my. Please get that. When you need to know, you are creating with human conditions, not creative, infinite intelligence conditions. Are you with me? Get that. Write that down. Put it in your comments. Claim it for yourself, because you will keep repeating and rearranging your life instead of bam. I know who I am. I don't know where I'm going. Woohoo! Oh my, I can fly. As Reverend Richard said, I can fly. One of my greatest quotes is, there's one thing stronger than all the army of the world, and that's an idea whose time has come. That idea is you, my friend. We have lots of armies. Some are more obvious. Some are more obvious. Right now, people feel, the army is COVID. But use your own due diligence and the wisdom of knowing how it impacts you and remembering who you are, and you don't know where you're going, and call a fourth spirit. We learn all these spiritual tools so we can use them, not so we can keep them behind the door. Yes? We have all these studies and practices, so when it comes time for something magnificent that we don't understand what it is or how it's going to work out, that's when we're called to step in. Don't bow down, bow out. Don't give up, get bigger. That's what the truth is. That's what it's calling us to do. I'm mindful of the two dogs at the dog park. All right? You have a Great Dane and you have a little Chihuahua. And the Chihuahua's taking on the Great Dane, barking and chatting, and the Great Dane's just looking down going, really? Why can that, you might wonder, you might even ask, how can that Chihuahua do that? It's innate within nature. It's innate. It's innate to not know you're limited. You naturally didn't know you were limited till someone told you. No, you did not know you couldn't do anything till somebody told you couldn't do anything. You bought into a bunch of hoopla, mumbo, jumbo, junko, and it's not the truth of your being. You're in pain because you're living somebody else's truth, not your own. You are inconvenienced. You have issues with finances. You have back problems because you're carrying somebody else's belief systems that don't belong to you, because you are settling for little chihuahua when you are destined for anything that is possible. When you talk about the Spirit, and we talk about on Sunday how, Spirit is guiding us, and it's so interesting because I felt really called in my heart to share a story with you, and then I hear Reverend Wanda talking about a Band-Aid, and how we all are in sync today, and how we don't talk about any of this because we don't ever half the time know what we're going to do, because we don't need to. We just know who we are, right? Caught myself on that one. But I was thinking about a few years ago, I had several people over to my home, and I have a Duncan Fife table, and it has clamps on each end. It's a very old table, but I love antiques. So anyway, I'm going to stay on track. So it has clamps on it, and so I kind of lean down, in an unnoticeable way, and I go to clamp the table. Well, when I did that, it clamped on my finger. And when it did, let me tell you, it was extremely painful. And when I could talk and say what had happened and how it had gone into 2 or 3 layers of my finger, almost to the bone, it felt like. All of a sudden, it's like people wanted to help, and BB, and let's get a Band-Aid, and let's put it on top of there, and let's cover it up, and let's do this, and let's do that. As much as I appreciated it, and initially I was responding to others, and I put the Band-Aid on, and I went, okay, and then I went, but now I can't see it. And I remembered Ernest Holmes, and I remembered that sometime, he had cut his arm, and people were running to cover it up, and he said, cover it up? I don't want you to cover it up. You're going to take away from what the intelligent experience can be. You're going to take away from the vibration of me being able to watch God in action and the creative spirit that's going to heal this. No, I need this cut to be there because I'm going to watch it, and I wouldn't miss that for anything. I wouldn't miss that for anything. We don't know where COVID's going. We don't know where Black Lives Matter. We do not know where it's going, but we know who we are. We know who we are, and we don't want to be in the way of covering anything up. We don't want to be pretending and putting it under the rug. We want to hold it in the space of, we have no idea how it's going to work out, but we are going to look at it. We're not going to cover it up until we see the evolution of that. What if all the founders of Unity took all the feedback they initially got in the 1800s? You think it's hard for you to talk about unity right now in 2020 and tell somebody you work with to come to church? What do you think the Fillmores went through? You have nothing to be concerned about because you have a global movement that's behind you. Be a trailblazer. Be a trailblazer. And, I just want you to be aware, I know it's because I haven't spoken in a Sunday in a while, so I am. Anytime you get into that energy of ASAP, I need this ASAP, I want this change ASAP, it really stands for, as an acronym, always say a prayer. Always say a prayer. Align with that. Align with that spirit. Charles Fillmore defined consciousness in the Revealing Word when he said it's a composite of ideas and thoughts and emotions and sensations. Freedom from within. Freedom from within comes when we create in our minds the freedom from believing the stories that we have told ourselves. And we align our ideas and our thoughts and our emotions together in those sensations and the knowledge that who we are divine beings. Wow. In closing, there was an auto repair guy that a customer had come in and pointed out all the dents and bruises on its car. And the customer said, and this happened, and I had this wreck, and I'd failed to have it fixed. So the auto repairman was very excited. It was like his first year on the job, and he was just wanting to do the best and become known as the best. So when he had called the customer and told him to come and pick up the car, well, he was kind of surprised because the customer was complaining and the customer was moaning and pointing out, well, this isn't right, and that's a different color, and this doesn't match. And finally he said, you know what, ma'am, I get it, but that's not the side of the car you asked me to repair. What side in your mind are you on? The spirit side or the human made up side? Which side of the law are you allowing to work through you? Human law or spirit law? That's your question. Look at your life. Look at what you feel could be repaired and claim it as the greater reality of who you are. Allow yourself the truth of what freedom really means. Bless you. Thank you for being here. Thank you.
Welcome, everyone. This is Zion Cristante. I am the youth minister at First Unity Spiritual Campus, and I have the honor of working with some amazing parents and children in our YES program, the Youth Expressing Spirit. So I've asked Holly to share her top 2 best practices with us. Welcome, Holly Lynn.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to share my 2 top routines each day that help me raise my consciousness and awareness We definitely pray every morning and meditate each morning, take deep breaths, and the same in the evening. And Ariel always remembers to say she is grateful for her love and her heart. And I usually go first. And when I don't say that, she always says, you forget to say that. And sometimes she also says, you forget to say you're grateful for God. So she's my best teacher. Yeah. And, but to really learn to love yourself is huge. But also we need to just be mindful of each day, what we're given and how we're interacting, and are we coming from our heart? Are we coming from our authentic self? And versus our ego-based mind. You know, it's a balance. Sometimes it's struggle, but we do our best, and she's my best teacher. I want her to be guided in that way.
Amen.
So I want her to remind me, and I'll remind myself for her, because I like her to, you know, learn right from wrong, but, you know, within reason, like have her own choices and like let go, because sometimes, you know, kids need that freedom of choice. Be no, you can't do this, no, you can't do that, and that sort of thing. So but meditation and prayer. Second thing that I really find it kind of complements, if you will, with my spiritual awakening, is transforming almost 100% to a vegan diet. I am lighter, I feel more grounded, I feel more centered, I feel more clarity, I feel a connection better with the higher realms and consciousness and the spirit of God and within me, and meditation is easier, more flowing than when I feel the heaviness of all these other high density foods. Fish I still kind of have married to a little. In Florida, it's really tough. Their grouper here is really great.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I mean, I relate to your best practices, having a regular meditation and prayer time for myself and with my children in the morning and the evening really helps to be a bookend for the day. And cleaning up my diet has really cleaned up my consciousness too. Holly Lynn, thank you so much for just sharing a little bit of your day, a little bit of your practices. And as a conscious parent, I know I see it making a difference in your life, and I see it making a difference in your child. And we know that by honoring others, honoring our children as ourselves, as we honor and love ourselves, we're really setting up a great foundation, and we're blessing our children really to create a legacy of spiritual growth. So we just bless you. We love you and your children, your family, and we behold the Christ as you. This is Zion Cristante, First Unity Spiritual Campus Youth Minister. Check us out, Youth Expressing Spirit, on Facebook, and we can't wait to connect with you more.
Down and oh, my soul so weary. When troubles come and my heart burden me, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. Raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. No life without its hunger. Each restless heart beats so imperfectly. But when you come and I am filled with wonder, sometimes I think I glimpse eternity. You raise
Yes, you raised me up. You raised us up. We want to say thank you very much for those who have stayed true during this break from being here in the physical and still giving online and text to give and writing us letters and sending us love notes. We cherish those. You do not know how much that means to us. It really, really does mean a lot to us. And you can always text to give during the week, and you can write us a letter at 460 46th Avenue North, St. Petersburg. I was trying to say St. Petersburg, Clearwater. Same difference, same county. But thank you very much. And I feel in my heart to say that there's somebody out there who's watching us from another state, another city, another country. We're your spiritual home. You tune in every week. So we ask you to follow through and give your tithes and offerings if you're fed here spiritually. That's good teaching. So stay true to that. We thank you very much.
Don't leave me. We're delighted that you have been with us today. Please go to firstunity.org and connect with us. There's a free gift for you for first-time attendees. firstunity.org/free gift. Invite you to go to ILI. We have more than one free class. We're very much in people aligning with abundance. It's very important to change your thoughts and your sensations and allow yourself to open up to the greater good by Reverend Christy Hardwick. And so we also have many new classes that are being offered. Next week, wow, mark your calendar if you need to, but next week we have the one and only Bishop Carlton Pearson. He is one of our chosen influencers for this year in 2020. And no, he will not be here in St. Petersburg in person. He will be live streamed during our service. And so you don't want to miss that and invite your friends. I mean, I don't want to miss any service. So just mark that down. No services to be missed because you never know what you're going to get here. We know who we are and we don't know where we're going and we don't want to know. We just know it's somewhere mighty and bold and brave. Would you please stand with us as we sing our peace song? And if you're at home, which most of you are, please grab a hand or hold your own. How's that? Let us connect energetically and hold in your visual eye and in your third chakra. Yes, the world. The world that doesn't need you to change it. That's your world you need to change. It's a world that has its heart open because your heart is open. Yeah. Let us open our hearts today with the unity prayer. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love. The power of God protects us. I am the power. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. For God is amazing. And all the time, God And let me tell you, you do not want to sign off right now. This is like the most amazing song ever. And you will integrate it, everything we've talked about. It's going to be alive.
Oh, I've been grinding so long, been trying this stuff for years. And I got nothing to show, just climbing this rope right here. And if there's a man upstairs, he kept bringing me rain. But I kept sending up prayers and something's changed. I think I finally found my hallelujah. I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Now all my dreams are coming true, yeah. I've been waiting for this moment. It's good to be alive right about now. Good, 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 good to be alive right about now. Good, 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 good to be alive right about now. Hallelujah. Let that bass line move you. Say, hey, it's good to be alive right about now. I was dead in the water, nobody wanted me. I was old news, I went cold as cold could be. But I kept throwing on coal, trying to make that fire burn. Sometimes you gotta get scars to get what you deserve. I kept moving on, now I'm moving up. I'm feeling blessed with all this love. I think I finally found my hallelujah. I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Now my dreams are coming true, yeah. I've been waiting for this moment. It's good to be alive right about now. Good, 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 good to be alive right about now. Good, 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 good to be alive right about now. Hallelujah. Let that bass line move you. Say, hey, it's good to be alive right about now. I almost could not handle it. Hey, hey, hey. I could get used to this. Hey, hey, hey. I almost could not handle it. Hey, hey, hey. I could get used to this. I think I finally found my hallelujah. 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 It's good to be alive right now. Good, 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 good to be alive right now. Good, 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 good to be alive right now. Good, good, good. Let that bass line move it and say, hey, it's good to be alive right now. Good, 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 good to be alive right now. Good, 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 good to be alive right now. Good, 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 good to be alive right now. Good, 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 good to be alive right now. All right.
We greet you from the most innovative, most inspirational spiritual community in the world.
Please remember that we need your continued financial support more than ever. We practice prosperity principles and trust you will continue to give from your heart as you can.
Let's gather up all that energy.
You can text to give on your cell phone at 727-800-3493.
After texting our 10-digit number, you will receive a registration link. Click the link and enter your contact and payment information in Tap Process. After registration is complete, you will receive a verification text as well as a receipt via email. For future giving, simply send a text with the amount you wish to give and it will process automatically. If your credit card information changes, simply text EDIT to change your card on file. We are grateful to you beyond measure for your continued donations to keep our community thriving. Our doors may be closed, but our hearts are open.